Hey guys, it's your boy Yo, and today we're going to be taking a look at a big, chunky, hunky piece of metal, also known as the RX-78-2 Gundam. A little backstory on Gundam. I know it's about like anime and big robots and big battles and, you know, explosions, lots and lots of explosions. But I'm not very aware, so we might as well get into the packaging first. So let's just jump into that now. So the packaging looks okay. You have the Tamashii Nations logo, a nice picture of the Gundam, actual real life photos of the Gundam, which they are actually like painted and stuff. So I mean, that's an option if you buy the figure, and two other figures that you can buy from the same Gundam Universe line. But anyway, you guys don't really care about the packaging, so let's get into the actual figure itself. While I don't know much about Gundam and the story and all of that, I think it looks like a giant, big, fucking really cool robot. And it personally looks really nice. I don't know if it's screen accurate or anything, but from what I can see, the robot looks really nice, very like clean. And for a $20 figure, you could either buy a Marvel Legend or this. Like, what kind of decision is that? Obviously, you're gonna go with the Gundam. I like the painting. I don't even know if that's painting, but either way, like, they chose some really nice, vibrant colors. My only problem is toward the legs, it's a little white, so there's nothing much to look at. But the top really pops. And it's definitely a figure that can pop out on a shelf. So anyway, I want to get through this video quickly, though. So, let's get into the accessories. And you might be wondering, does he come with his signature blades? And you know what? Yes, he does. But that's not all the accessories you get, because along with those two blades, his gun, and his shield, you also get two fists, and finally, a semi-useless accessory. This is actually used to hook onto the bottom of the Gundam, and it's supposed to have a porthole so that it fits a Bandai Tamashii Nation stand. But since I don't have a Bandai Tamashii Nation stand, it's completely useless. But if you do have one, I'm sure it would increase the posability and the pose you can pull off with him by so much, and I would highly recommend getting one if you don't already have one. It's just my lack of having much Bandai figures. Overall though, he does look pretty good with his blade, but I would caution one thing, that the blades are very thin, if you couldn't tell, and I'm pretty sure you could I'm putting so little force, and that could snap like right away, and it's really freaking me out, which is why I mostly pose him with the gun. And speaking of the gun, these blades have multiple uses, because you guessed it, you can also put it on the gun, and that actually makes this a lot longer. But in my opinion, it doesn't look so great, so I would definitely just focus on having these little sticks as the beam effect part. That's not all, of course, because on his shield, if you turn it around, there's this little handle right here that plugs into this part of his of the Gundam's arm, and he holds on to this. It's also on a ball joint. That's a ball joint, and that clips onto there. But that isn't the only use. If you grab the figure, you can also see that he also has a little slot right there, and a little slot right in a little peg right here. You can plug this into here. Mine has gotten super loose, so I can't do it anymore. But yeah, in theory, you can technically put it like that. It doesn't look half bad. I personally don't like doing that, because personally, I like him having a shield at all times, because in my opinion, it's a very signature weapon of the Gundam, and I personally like to have it. But if you want to do it, you can do it. It's an option. In my opinion, I've dragged this section for too long, so we might as well get into the articulation. So you get a ball joint at the head, an arm that can go out this far, shoulder pads are on so it's like on a ball peg, so it can go in a decent amount of articulation. Arm can move out this far, swivel at the bicep, bend at the arm, ball joint at the hand, an okay crunch, and the arcing back that actually goes back really far. It also has a lot of side to side movement, surprisingly. These flaps right here can move up to reveal a pretty decent kick. These flaps on the sides can move that much, and they reveal an okay leg span, double bend at the knee, ball joint at the leg, and finally on the bottom he has this ankle guard that's sort of on a weird ball joint segment, and his leg is also on a ball. So I've been praising this figure a lot, and it does deserve all the praise that I'm giving it. It is a really, really good figure for the price. And I have to explain that the price, oh my god, dude. It's $20, a Marvel Legend. This thing has so many accessories, and it's just the level of detail. Honestly, I can't get enough of this figure. It's so nice. It's probably one of the best buys I've gotten this year. So because of that, I think I'm gonna give it a solid, I would give it a solid 4.9 out of 5. It's not a perfect, but I'd only say that because of the legs. The legs feel like they could have been painted a little more. But the head sculpt is amazing. It's very bright, very nice colors. So if you find this figure, I tell you, definitely buy it. It's great, especially if you're a fan of Gundam and are kind of on a budget. It's just a great figure, and I would 100% recommend it to anybody. Thank you guys for watching.
And remember, don't do cocaine pills.